All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 633. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who... Shipwreck, help me out here. A man who... what?
That's a good question.
A man who... Wombat, help me out here.
A man who'll be older in 2 days.
Oh! Forgot about
It's
that.
almost birthday month.
Exactly. It's the most important time of the year.
No, it's almost
the most.
It's almost ground zero.
wonderful
We're not it's
time.
not birthday month. It's just, it's time.
This birthday
time.
month, does it start before the day or is it start after?
No,
the
it starts the day of.
Okay.
So when the show's out, it'll be the pre-day. This is the day you can prepare.
It doesn't start the last week of April.
we all need to prepare for the coming of Wombat's birthday.
Mm-hmm. And then the day is Saturday. And then, we have the next 4 weeks after that.
I thought you were gonna have there was a rumor of a Zoom
I
birthday
know.
party.
I need to get that together.
I mean,
guess it's too
today's
late
Thursday
now.
night.
I know. I suck. What do you want from me?
I want a Zoom birthday party.
It's too late to put together a Zoom.
Yeah, how's
No,
everybody
it
gonna
really
plan?
isn't. No, I'll send you guys something tomorrow. At this point, it'll be probably something smaller than, I don't know, 8. I have no idea.
Who else is going to be there? I want to know if I'm going to show up or not.
Yeah.
Might be busy.
Right.
Exactly. We'll all just, drink a beer on camera and be like, hey, and that'll be it.
Birthday.
How old are you? 40,
Exactly.
43? Is that old?
I'll be 43 on
right.
Saturday, yeah.
Yep.
No one thought I'd make it that far.
You didn't. You're the
Oh,
one
I
that didn't think.
I'm still 46, I think, is where it's, that's the end for me. But we got 3 years left. Make them
3
count.
years of quality.
Uh-huh.
Quality content.
Speaking of Zoom, see, I'm getting us back on track. quickly.
Speaking of track.
Track and Zoom. So we've all been doing our own independent Zooms with so am I the only person that's spoken to people that I haven't spoken to in 20 years because of the quarantine on Zoom meetings that have been set up by family friend groups or other groups?
Not 20 years.
Such as
some people maybe.
Such as my fraternity brothers who I haven't spoken to some since I graduated, but
yeah.
Yeah, I had a 15 person, more than that. It was 20 person Zoom chat right before this.
How drunk was everybody?
They weren't, it was a good mix of some people weren't drinking at all. Some people had a drink.
Sounds like your fraternity was different than my fraternity.
Right.
Yeah, no one was drunk during the Zoom call. No, it wasn't that throwback. There was a lot of talk about, hey, remember that time that you passed out in the blank? And my wife, who could hear everything we were saying, do you guys ever say anything nice about one of each other? And I'm like, no, that doesn't happen.
Right.
It's not how this works.
Right. When I joined my fraternity call, mid-call, they were... The host of the Zoom call was on Facebook screen sharing, looking up different girls from college, 20-something years after the fact.
Huh.
And then they were just all commenting on the girls, how they were looking and
wow,
regaling the stories of yesteryear and things like that. And then as soon as I joined in, then they're pulling up my old girlfriend and everybody's laughing. And, that's all good fun, I guess.
Mine was much more subtle when we had mine. We're going to do another one of mine with my fraternity soon.
Right.
Yeah, our tonight one was our second one.
Okay.
Because we had done one before, and it's just a lot of reminiscing and catching up and saying hello, and sometimes kids walk in and out of the frame, and
right.
Yeah.
And then you have to worry that they're going to hear something horrible because you can't trust your friends to not be horrible.
No, I don't. At this point, I don't
I
care. I don't. No, I just don't care.
Right. Yeah, I didn't really care.
Let them say something horrible.
Do your worst.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, no, it was fun.
It was fun.
Good times. It's a little positive thing to come out of this whole national nightmare that we're living.
Right. Yeah, no, I texted one of my high school friends who I hadn't texted in 11 years or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
because my parents are selling their house and they were pulling out all these photos, and one of the photos was me and him and our respective girlfriends at the time. So I just sent him. I looked him up on Facebook Messenger. I saw he sent me a message 11 years ago, and I'm like, just following up. And here's this picture of us. Meanwhile, he's not a doctor. He's a physician's assistant. I'm pretty sure it's called, which is like right below a doctor. It's not. I was trying to explain it to Ty, and he's like, "Oh, they take notes." I was like, "No, they do like the surgeries and stuff." And he does normally elective heart surgeries, but now all these guys are dealing with with COVID-19, and he's just like, I can't wait for this to be over. Like, all I'm doing now is dealing with like the sickest people all day, and it's just very bad.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, we should get together when this is over. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. But yeah, not as fun as the fraternity call. When your friends weren't that drunk. I mean,
no, they really weren't. No one was drinking heavily. It was a lot of, oh my God, one of my fraternity brothers was giving us like his financial advice on what you should do with your mortgage.
Oh my God, that was not what was happening.
What happened to you? When I met him, he was in the army. I'm like,
right. Well, the army, that makes sense. The army, keeps you in line.
He was like a tough guy. But
sure.
Now it's like, this is what you should do with your finances.
Right.
It's funny.
I like it. I think going through Facebook was more fun. Like on a forced tour.
Yeah, we didn't do that. We talked about people that weren't there, but we didn't go.
Right. You need the visual aids.
And usually it would be like the other guys in the fraternity. And if they were there, we would have said the same things.
Right.
Because we're not jerks like you.
Oh, no. Well, we're mostly making fun of each other, too.
Mm-hmm.
One of these guys said he went back to the fraternity like a couple of months ago to visit. And he was saying that the people, like all the kids, are very respectful of one another. And they don't make fun of each other. And they don't comment about each other's ethnicities and whatnot.
One of the guys on our chat is the alumni chair for the fraternity. So he goes there relatively often. And he was telling us that when I was in the fraternity, we built a beer pong table from scratch.
Right.
Like fancy, shellacked it, the whole thing. Like we spent a long time working on it. And apparently it's in the new house because now they're in like a big fancy house, not a shithole like I lived in.
Right.
But they have it like in a special place. It's like memorabilia, like at a Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh, wow.
This original beer pong table, like it's something from, I don't know, a long time ago. That's all I got.
Right.
So, like something from a long time ago, like something from National Treasure.
Must have been a quality beer pong table.
It was a quality beer pong table. It is now technically a museum piece.
Right. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wish I had that kind of storage.
Yeah. Well, what can you do?
Nothing. Can't store that shit.
Nothing.
Yeah. What else? Did you buy yourself any birthday presents for your?
I got a birthday check, which I immediately spent.
From the government?
No, I got it from my in-laws. Oh. No, and I didn't spend that much.
Right. What'd you buy?
I bought because the sound bar that I had on my TV in the living room is the same sound bar I got when I lived in my apartment in Manhattan right before we moved.
Right.
So that would make it over 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured it was time for a new one.
Sure.
So I got, and it was the most recommended one by our listeners on Twitter by far, was this Vizio 5.1 soundbar.
Mm.
You know, it's got the two speakers that go in the back.
Good amount of points.
Yeah, exactly. It's got the point and the one.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the bar, I got the subwoofer, and now I have two speakers in the back, which I've never had before. I've never had the whole full surround sound, and it was very easy.
You still don't have the speakers in the back.
They are wired speakers.
Oh! I thought you got a sound bar though.
He did, but
I have the sound.
It's got. You can't have 5.1 unless you have speakers, right?
Well,
yeah, it has the sound bar under the TV.
Yep.
Which has 3 speakers.
Got it. Understood.
It's got the subwoofer, and the subwoofer is where the wires for the 2 other speakers go.
Right.
And they fit very nicely under the rug because I don't have carpeting. I have a rug. And the wires can't be seen at all. It took about a minute to set up. A little, maneuvering of the couch, but that was about it.
Nice. How much?
And I got it at Target with my 5% off for using my red card. It was $190.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like, oh my God, expensive.
No,
it wasn't the cheapest thing either, but it sounds really good. And, Shipwreck will appreciate this. I was playing Borderlands 3 in 5.1 surround sound. It's like a whole different game.
Is it?
You can hear people behind you, and the sound is coming from behind you, and it's weird.
I'm happy for you on that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not used to that. It's
my son's also not used to it because we were playing a game the other day, and he immediately got up and went behind our couch to figure out where the water was coming from in his Gigantosaurus game.
Nice.
Exactly. No, we were watching something. We were watching. I don't. Does it matter? No. But the scene was the two actors were in a record store, and the music was coming out of.
Yes, we know how surround sound works, Wombat. We've experienced. Most of us have experienced surround sound before.
I'm just saying.
But welcome to 1998. No,
I'm not used to a world where when you buy things and they work immediately.
Right. No, we have the surround sound technology, and it's so cheap.
Yeah.
So cheap now.
Yeah. I appreciate it. That's all. I got something. It's nice and it works.
Good. I like when that happens.
Where are you putting your rear speakers at? I'm trying to just picture where they're at.
Oh, they're just on either end of the couch because I have the two end tables.
Okay, so they're they're literally right behind you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of sounds from the back.
Well, you can lower it.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
You can lower.
I could lower it. I could do whatever. Yes, I could change the amount of audio that comes out of there. Right now, I'm kind of enjoying it, so why would I change that? Yeah,
just getting hit from the back all the time.
Yeah, well, they're not like behind me, but yes, they're to the left and right at the corners of the couch.
Good.
So
I'm happy.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for being happy for me.
I'm mad.
I appreciate it.
I'm mad
it's
at
a
you.
nice little toy. You should be. I got myself a little toy.
Good.
My wife said to me, because when the check came in, she goes, what are you going to use this for? And I said, I don't know, probably pay the landscaper.
Right.
And she goes, are you really going to use your birthday money on a bill? You're stuck in this house by yourself something?
You moron.
Yeah. So I bought myself something that's, house useful.
It's good.
Yeah.
My sound system is almost 15 years old, so I'm just waiting for it to die, and I'm not looking forward to having to figure out something like that. So I hope it never dies.
Are your basement ceiling? It's not drop ceiling, right?
There's not much room in there.
It is drop ceiling though.
I mean, it's not drop ceiling. It's not.
Okay.
No. It's not. But I have a simulated surround sound, like this sound projector, and it does a really good job of like stuff like water behind you and video games and things like that. It's obviously not going to be as intense as like a real speakers, but it wasn't cheap when I got it 15 years ago, and I think it really works great. So I don't want it to die. And plus, setting up all that shit.
A lot of money.
Setting up all that shit is really annoying, and especially with the new consoles coming out and with these different HDCP things that are happening that I don't even know about. Like, I just don't want to deal with any of that shit.
You can never know about them. They just spring them.
No, yeah.
You can't prepare.
Right now, I have
you
it.
Can't prepare.
I know everyone was telling me all the different ways to do you have it set up this way or do you have it set up this way? Because when the new consoles come out, you need to set it up. I'm like, whoa. I started out with the optical cable, just right from the bar right into the TV.
Right.
And now I'm using HDMI ARC.
Yep.
Because apparently that's supposed to be better.
Who knows what will work? I mean, look, it either works or it doesn't for the most part.
Yeah.
But who knows what's going to happen with the new consoles? So I just don't want to. Who wants to deal with all that shit? Not me.